Can you please confirm whether my sound is audible to you all here?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, without waiting, let's start the discussion. Okay. So I feel very a small number of students has been come. Let's not wait for the students because we need to start our session. Fine, on the right time. Okay. So first thing, thank you for joining everyone to the discussion today, right? And today I'm here to take up some of the very important topic which is very important because from the last 1 year, right? So this is playing a very important role, and this has been it has become a very common practice for all the companies, right? So the topic which I'm going to discuss today here is what we call as an online interview etiquettes, right? Etiquettes are purely like we used to have like interview etiquettes. So it basically like in a behavior, right? So how do you behave when you come for interview, right? So it is like a more formal, more official, right? But right now, because of the pandemic, right, it has become everything online, right? So now when things become online, right, so we cannot be so casual and relaxing, right? So here even when the interview is through online, right, we need to maintain certain decorum which is acceptable by the company, and they can observe even by the virtue, right? Even though it is not in a face to face, by virtue they can decide on the behavior of an individual, and they can feel that okay, this is a right candidate where it fits for the company, right? So it also like the other topics which I'm going to cover in this is not only interview techniques like video interviewing tips, right? So when we give a video interview, what are the tips in simple, right? Where etiquettes are more like a behavior, right? Right. What we right now, the very common thing that we try to say is things work differently in the virtual world, right? As I said, like when we say the real world and the virtual world, right? So no doubt that the process what we go through online interview is a virtual, right? But the person to whom that we are giving the interview, the person who is taking the interview is a real world, right? But since the person is real but the process is virtual, but here the things differs, right? So things differ, we cannot be so casual, right? So even it requires a very minute thing, right, that we need to ensure when we face the interview, because this is not going to be very lengthy interview, right? It's a very short interview within the short span of time that we need to impress to the interviewer and tries to see that the interviewer gets convinced, right? And that the decision or the we can grab the opportunity. Fine. So with this a small background introduction, let I will like to start my discussion today, right? So we all know that before pandemic it was majorly the face-to-face interview, like hardly I can say like there is a 5% it was a online interview. That is usually the telephonic interview was majorly was to prefer by 5%. It was like more of like negotiation, right? Where HR will try to talk to the people over a telephonic, right? That is majorly the distance. When they say the HR is sitting at the global location or sitting at the north, right? Where we are at the different corner of the India part of the India, and the interviewer is a different part of the India, and the cost benefit analysis with respect to the interviewer coming all the way to the like institution like BITM, right? And that is more costly, right? So when the company looks the cost and benefit analysis, it was gradually the online was getting into the picture, right? So slowly the online is not a completely we can say new. It was a strategy. It was a HR strategy where they used to look for cost benefit analysis earlier, right? Now because of the pandemic from the last 2020, right? Now the companies has not stopped in terms of recruiting the people, right? Because there is a demand, there is a continuous demand, right? Even in the recent article I would like to share after the session, like there is a well-known research company has been found that there is going to increase the demand for the management education, right? So there is, we cannot say that the pandemic has killed the jobs, right? So there are jobs, right? There are the jobs for the skilled people, there are the jobs for a right person, are the right people, right? Only what is that we need to look at is we need to get prepared for the job, right? What is that the company look at is the preparedness, right? Are you really prepared for the job? The preparedness will look in terms of how well that you are going to get organized, how well you do your pre-planning when you face an interview, that is when you face an online interview. Okay, now since it is become 100% online, even you don't have to look for the face-to-face for the company, right? So once you get recruited, like the completely the work will start from work from home, right? There is no question of face-to-face interaction with the HR. The training would be an online, right? The performance evaluation would be through the online, the task would be delivered to you through the online, fine. The monitoring, controlling, everything would be through the online process. Okay, now as you understood, like that is the talk. Now online interview is a very common platform with every management student in general, right? It can be any student who is a job seeker should know the etiquettes of online interview, right? So let's try to look at a few tips that would help you to crack your interview much better, right? So in this presentation I'll be talking about very general tips which are very common to you, you might be familiar, but still it is very very important and you need to ensure this when you face the interview. That is one thing. Second thing, I'll be giving you some of the inputs with respect to the interviewing techniques and with respect to online GD process, right? So these are the few three things that I'll be touching on my presentation. Okay, with this, the first tip that I would like to give when you are going for an online interview, right? So one thing is you need to ensure that your mobile battery is fully charged, right? Do not depend upon let's say I have a battery in, there is a power in my home, right? I don't have to worry. No, you have to ensure that when you come for an interview, and you cannot say that the interview would be exactly starts and exactly ends within this. Okay, when your turns comes to you, you can pitch in and complete. No, absolutely you cannot say that when your turn comes only you can log in, rest you can, no, it cannot be said, right? So that is the reason you need to ensure that whether you are giving your interview within a laptop or with your mobile, let's say, they always keep charge, right? Ensure that the battery has for 1 hour, right? At least for a 1 hour, if you have a laptop, right, which will charge to you, or look for in a backup thing. Suppose you don't have a backup battery in your home, right? So what is an alternative? Or if you have a mobile, keep it fully charge your mobile. Do not carry the charger, or do not sit in front of the electric board of the for charging mobile and giving in an interview. That will give a very very wrong message for the recruiters. Fine, that is looks to be very simple the tip, but it should be ensured. Okay, this is step one. Coming to the tip two, that is interview tip, that is internet speed. Now everybody is thinking like, how can I increase my internet speed, right? So you have to ensure that you as say that you save your data, right? The one thing which will have a good internet speed, and you will be knowing, right, which place or which sim would be giving a better internet speed where it is more of confidence, right? So everybody yeah, can assure that people who are all having more or less let's say every individual having at least minimum 2 sims, right? Even it is not required. If you are running with 1 sim, absolutely good. If not, what they people will do is they always have it 2 sims, right? So why do you have it 2 sims? You know, which SIM is better under which area or for what purpose, if it is for calling or for data service or for internet service, which location, right? So you know better which SIM or which service provider is better, right? Suppose let's say simple example, like I used to operate with only one single SIM, that I used to have a Airtel. The simple reason is when we go to my campus, right? So there the BSNL doesn't works, right? So I ported within a Airtel. So Airtel was very good network with my campus. When I start working from home, right? So Airtel started giving me the trouble, right? So absolutely started troubling, and I was to find very difficult when I take an online class. In between the network was going to get disconnected. I was finding very difficult. Then what I did, I rather shifting, I bought one more SIM called a BSNL, right? So BSNL in my home, it gives absolutely error free, right? Without any network issues, BSNL is working very good in my locations. That is in my nearby home. When it comes to my college, then I need to depend upon Airtel. What I mean to say is you need to evaluate which SIM network is more better to you, and try to switch over to the SIM which has a better internet speed, right? And also save your data on the day, so that your internet speed do not get exhausted and the internet speed becomes very slow, right? That is a second tip, where you need to look for a good internet speed when you come for an interview, right? Then comes update your mobile, right? Always try to see that you update your mobile, right? When you don't update your mobile, right, lot of difficulties comes into the picture in terms of logging on to the app, right? When I say, I usually with you take my laptop, right? So when I want to start it up, right, when I don't update my mobile or what you say, my laptop with an antivirus or restarting, I may find difficulty in terms of logging off. I may find very difficulty to log in to the Microsoft Teams, right? So I need to ensure that my laptop or my mobile is clean, scanned, right? It has been continuously updated so that it can support the app or it can support the platform, right? What interview platform that I have been taking, if my laptop or my mobile is being get updated, or the software or the platform which I'm been using, it is been get updated, so I'll be having a hassle free interview, right? If you do not update or if you do not scan your mobile or your laptop, and you do not restart before the interview, possibly you may find that your mobile would be very slow, gets hang up, right? So those problems will come if you do not update your mobile. So updating your mobile is very important when you come for attending an interview. That is my third tip, what I feel it, right? So coming to the fourth tip, right? The fourth tip I would like to suggest to you all here is, right, be comfortable with a platform, right? So you all know that there are n number of platforms are coming. Before we are only like Zoom initially, people were aware of the Zoom. Before it was a Skype, which was very officially, as I said, like before pandemic, people interviews, most of the interviews, even in our BITM, used to conduct through Skype interviews, right? So later Zoom started gaining a lot of significance, right? So parallelly, the good competitors has been come like GoToMeeting, WebEx, Microsoft Teams, right? Now, what I meant to say here is you need to be get familiar with this platform. So what it makes, why I need to be very familiar, right? So let's say you need to be familiar in terms of where is the audio button, right? How to on it, how to off it, right? What is the on button, what is the off button, what is the screen share button, right? Where I can look at participant, where is a chat box, how to log in, where I can change the name, right? All this getting familiar with the platform before you come for an interview, so you don't find any difficulty. Let's say suddenly there is a chat box and the interviewer asks you to give an answer, and you don't have to rush around where exactly the chat box is, which button I need to click on, right? And you find difficulty in terms of muting and unmuting, on your camera and offing your camera during the interview, right? When you're not familiar with a platform, naturally you find such difficulties, right? That is the reason always, right? Try to be familiar. The platform, what it is, you will be knowing prior, right? So the interview would be conducted through Zoom or GoToMeeting, WebEx. Try to know it, right? Try to know, just log into that Zoom app, right? Try to install the app. Always try to ensure that you log in within an app, right? Suppose you have a meeting with GoToMeeting, do not log in through the web, right? So do not just copy the link and put up that into the web link of the Chrome. That will lead to time consuming and distraction of the the bandwidth. So always when you log in through the app, what happens, right? It is more secured, safe, and you have a lot of clarity, right? There is no possibility of distraction, right? So that is the one ensurity that you will be having when you log in through the app. That is the reason when you know that, okay, you have an interview with WebEx, try to log in the app of WebEx before log in and try to see what is the each button is, what is the operation of this each platform, so that you become very familiar. When you become very familiar, when you come to interview, you will not be tense, right? So you will be very confidently that you will face the interview. That is the overall intention when and why that you require to be very familiar with your platform. Okay. The next, coming to the fifth important tip that I would like to give to you all is, when you come for logging, try to see that you change your profile name, which is official. Do not join with very fancy name. Let's say we have a name like Sandeep. People will write it as Sandy, right? Some fancy name, pet names that they will write it, so that gives a very wrong impression for an interviewer, right? It shows that you are very casual, you're not serious about the interview, right? You're not serious about your working nature, still you're not serious about the work culture. So that is shows your preparedness and the seriousness. So before, make sure that you join with your name, and it is always better you type with a capital letter, right? So do not go within a small letters, right? Type within a capital letter as your official name, right? So what is there in your resume, with that name you need to enter and rename your name in a particular app, whichever the app that you have been using for the interview. As I said, you need to be very familiar. Change the name and also change your profile picture, right? So having a decent, what you say, professional profile picture will also show your professionalism, right? If you just look at the picture here, right? So my screen is visible to everyone right here. No issues. My screen is visible to everyone. Yes, it is visible, right? So if you look at the picture here, right here it is name, it is been appearing, and the picture look at very decently, right? Here also, if you just look at the picture, it looks so decent, right? Rather having some other picture which is not so clear face, the ugly face, right? So these are will lead to what, right? Unpreparedness, or it gives a wrong message to the interviewer. Okay, right? That is a very important thing, that is changing of name and the profile picture. Okay, then coming to the sixth tip.
Slide is
Yes,
visible, sir.
yes.
First slide is visible.
What is visible?
First slide only, sir.
Only first slide. To everyone, it is only the first slide is visible. I'm at right now at the slide number 7. Is it slide number 7?
Slide number 7 visible, sir.
Slide number
Yes,
7 visible, right, for
sir.
everyone? Yes. Only one or two are finding difficulty. You can rejoin. The one person who said like slide 1 is visible, I request you to rejoin to the team, so that you don't find the difficulty. Rest all is okay, right? Can I go ahead? Can I go ahead? Yes, students, can you please give me a green signal? Can I go ahead? Everything is fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. So slide 7, I was discussing about enter your full name and change the profile picture. More decent one, right? The profile picture and what you say is the name. Change your profile name with your what is there your official name in a capital letters. That gives a very good for an interviewer also to identify and try to address to you. Fine. The other most important thing here is be punctual, right? When you say what is punctuality, right? So today the discussion starts at 5 p.m., right? So what happened? 5 p.m., 5:03, 5:04, right? Students slowly started coming. One student joined before 5 p.m., exited, right? So then again the student did not turn up. Then slowly what happened after 5 p.m. Slowly one second, two, three. There was five students I started because it's an online interview. Punctuality is very important. Student who has missed. I cannot wait for everyone. Similarly, the companies also they will be very punctual with respect to time management, right? Okay, classroom you have to practice, but even when you practice that the behavior in the regular class, the same practice will come to the company also when you come for interview. So what is been expected by companies? At least 10 minutes, right? 5 minutes, but you don't have to take a chance with 5 minutes. 10 minutes before, say that everything you set right the things, join at least 10 minutes before. Do not go for 5 minutes, because 5 minutes what happens again, you may find little difficulty, right? Joining at least 10 minutes before is absolutely no issues, right? So when you join, just mute your audio, mute your video and silently join. Set right the what you say, verify whether your profile name is rightly mentioned, your profile picture, right? Then join to the meeting, right? And mute. First thing is you need to mute your audio. You need to ensure, that is the reason I was saying you need to be very familiar with the software. You need to mute, because any background sound will leads to indiscipline, right? So in immature behavior that shows about the candidate, right? Very wrong what is it, the wrong talk, right? Very negative behavior, crowd, quarrel, background music that will be listening by the interviewer, right? It gives a wrong message. So that is the reason, join early, right? So at least 10 minutes before join, mute your audio and video, right? And wait for an interviewer to address, right? Do not be hurry. Do not talk to your friends, right? If you 10 minutes early you join, on the other side other friend is been joined, right? Do not talk over the platform to your other friends, right? Be matured, right? Try to be very sensible, right? Just until and unless the interviewer talks to you, you don't have to talk into the platform. You don't have to talk to anybody. It might be the other person is your friend who is also participating in the interview there and visible onto the screen, but you are not supposed to talk to onto the platform, because the platform has only control by the interviewer. You don't have a control, right? That you need to ensure. So who is that stupid turning the slides? 3TR 19 MB 82. 82. Who is that stupid? 3TR 19 MBA 82. 82. So I will talk to you later. Right, this behavior is very important. The one thing just you has been seen, one fellow started taking over the control of the other meeting, right? So if such nuisance is being played, it not only it creates a bad image about the student, it creates a bad image about the whole as an institution, right? It gives a very wrong feedback to the placement, it gives a very wrong feedback to the department, and say that next time possibly if this is continued, we will not turn up back to your company. This is also very important, right? So you should not try to touch into the software in terms of sharing of screen. As just now, see, somebody wants to take control and forwarded the ppt's front, right? These things should not be happen, right? You need to be very matured, you need to be very professional. Fine. So that is punctuality with respect to. Then coming to the audio mute and camera on, right? You need to be very cautious. As I said, like when you join before the interview starts, you need to mute your audio and camera on, right? So then if the interviewer asks you to on the camera, then you need to on your camera and mute your audio when interview is speaking something else, right? So when you say when your turn comes, right, so you need to on your audio. Whenever you speak, you need to look at to the audio, you need to be very what do you say, conscious. You need to be not be stressed, right? Sometimes what happens, you keep speaking and your audio is off, and what you are speaking is interviewer is not able to hear, right? So that should not be a problem. You need to know, that is the reason I was saying you need to know which is in a audio button, which is in a video button, right? Which is to be on, which is to be off. When the interviewer asks, only then you need to unmute and speak, right? When the interviewer asks to on your video, immediately you should be prepared to on your video. When the interviewer is asked to off your video, you need to off your video. You need to know when and why and when and what, right? So you need to on and off your audio and the camera. That is very important, right? So you need to know the buttons and need to be very cautious, right? Sometimes what happens, it is asked to mute and you unmute and speak, keep speaking something else, blah blah thing that would be audible to the interviewer and others. That creates a what do you say, the wrong environment into the interviewing hall. Okay, that is I say tips number 7. The other important thing is tip number 8 that I would like to give to you all is get dressed formally, right? So do not come in a casual dress, right? So do not come in a very casual setup, right? Or that will give a very wrong message, right? So you need to come with, even when it is a virtual, as I said, like the interview is virtual, but the interview what you are going to give is a real, because the person who is taking a real, the person who is assessing to you is a real. Hence you need to be dressed up very formally, right? It is always to come with a very formal attire, right? So how you come for an real interview, the same way you need to be get prepared when you give interview through online. You're sitting in a home, no problem. Dress up formally, wear a tie, decent tie, or wear your uniform, right? And or you have very official dress, you have it, kindly wear it up, right? But do not come with very casual. Not only this, you need to be also be groom up, right? So you cannot say that I'm sitting in a home, right? You have a what do you say, very vague beard that you look at, right? If you have a beard, trim it very neatly, it looks professional, it looks clean, right? Cleanly what do you say, comb your hairs, right? So your face should look very impressive, right? Your hairstyle should look very impressive. If you are bare, trim it very neatly, right? So that is where the overall dressing, not only in terms of dress, even in terms of grooming, right? So how you need to groom as you are going for some marriage, right? Not like where too much of glittery. You know better about the grooming skill, I don't have to say, but only what I need to say here is, as you groom more professionally for a real interview, the same grooming skill is also required when you come for an online interview, right? So do not come with very casual, come with a well groomed to the interview. Okay. Then other important, very important thing is have a good quality of earphones. Right? Some students, some chunk of student is having Wi-Fi, that is affordability, right? But people may not have everyone the high quality of headphones or wireless phones, but at least have a good quality of earphones. Okay, what is that you need to have is good quality of earphones, right? Having a good quality of earphones will always be very audible to the interviewer, right? If you have a very poor quality of an earphones, right, naturally there is a lot of distraction of sound, distraction of noise to the interviewer, right? The sound waves cannot be carried. So always have a very decent kind of an earphones. If not, you don't have it, and you know that this is not a good quality of earphones where you don't have a good quality of sound, it is better to borrow from your friend or from of a good friend from you for a time being. That is for to giving an interview, right? That is one important thing, is have a good quality of an earphones. Then the most other important thing is your arrangement, right? When you come for an interview, what is that you need to look at is your arrangement, right? Surrounding arrangement is basically your surrounding. Very important thing is when you give an interview, because you need to on your camera and you need to on your audio, and there is a background sound coming in terms of kitchen sound, coming in terms of somebody is performing puja in your home, somebody is quarreling, right? Some traffic sound comes, that it all creates the noise, right? So it all creates the noise. Somebody is passing when you are facing in a camera, and somebody is passing on you, somebody peeps into your camera, all will lead to a unpreparedness for an interview, right? So what is that they expect is try to have in a room which is highly ventilated, calm, peace and neat. Try to have a background, very clean background, right? So when you say sit, the sitting position is also very important, right? So sitting position where the light, sufficient lights, natural lights comes into the picture on the room, or the light in the room is so good, or try to have a good quality of light, so that there is a good focus, right? And there is a no noise, particularly no noise at your background. The background is clean wall, right? It's not, you don't have a very what is a posh wall, at least clean up. Don't try to see that there is a hanging pant, shirt, your clothes has been hanging, right? Some stuff that you can find, a raw stuff that has been hanging into the background. That all gives a very unpreparedness, right? It gives a very unbehavior, misbehavior, or not a very professionalism when you come for an interview, or when you give interview in a traffic, right? So that is also not actually, because there is a lot of what you say, the traffic of the vehicles moving around, that also gives a very wrong impression, or because it may not be impressive, the interview may not be an impressive. So that you need to avoid. So coming to the other, the same tip in terms of arrangement, look at the light, the quality of light, right? Can you say me which picture is more acceptable? Picture 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can anyone unmute and say me which is more acceptable background, and what is that we need to do to have this background? How you can ensure?
Sir,
How you can
23rd slide is visible, sir.
23rd, huh?
Sir, create a list of probable
From
Q&A.
last this many presentations, what I was doing?
From that audio and camera, sir, from then it is 23rd slide only, sir.
Would have been said no, ma. Somebody that
You,
views something. Now it is
you
going back.
asked, no, sir, TR82. From then it is 23rd slide only, sir.
Okay. Now,
No, sir.
okay, what I will do, just reshare it. Now which slide it is visible?
18th, sir.
18th, sir.
Friendly, smile, confident.
Okay, just a minute. You would have been immediately said me, right? Somebody fellow has been try to change the slide, move the slide. I will talk to him that who is that once the session get over. Fine. I'll just okay. So this is what right. Punctuality is done. Fine. So 7 is done. Mute, unmute. Getting dress up is right. Now what is the slide? Slide number 10 is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
9. Okay. 10. 10. I was talking about slide here. Can you say? Can you find the 4 pictures here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, which is more acceptable when you come for interview? Which how you can ensure which is good picture when you come for interview? Whether one is okay, 2, 3, and 4. Which is better one? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which picture is better one here?
Third one, sir.
Third one, right? Third one, if you look at, you will not be comfortable, right? So third one, what happens? There is a good light. Completely, the light is falling on you or face, and you will not be so comfortable to answer it, right? So I can say like 2 is okay, acceptable, right? Third, what happens is completely the light is falling on you, right? And possibly you may blink more when the light is been falling on you. That you may blink more, right? And you may not be so confident. You may get what you say. You may lose interest. You get irritated, right? So it is always to have 2 choice. 1 and 3, 4 you look at, absolutely not acceptable, right? Most of the time it happens with us 1 and 4, right? That we need to go with option 2. Always we need to go with an option 2. That you need to do the setting before the interview. You need to have a setting, right? So that the light is visible, your face is clearly visible. Fine, right? The other important thing here is when you come for an interview is your resume, right? So no doubt the interview is an online interview, right? So you cannot say that my resume is in my mobile. My resume is in mobile, my resume is in my email. I maintain a soft copy. Ensure that when you come for an interview, keep it beside to you your hard copy of your resume, because sometimes what happens, the interviewer will ask, you have mentioned in your resume about your hobbies, that you cannot go back and try to see what is that hobbies that I written. And the interviewer will ask that you're said about something project, you said you're done some certification course, right? So you may not be knowing. So always have one hard copy of your resume, what you have been sent to an interview, beside to you when you face an interview, right? So that you will get immediately, okay, I done a project on so and so, that was a topic so and so company, that I had done a so and so certification course, right? It was so and so day, it was so and so, right? And I mentioned my hobbies, right? So these are my hobbies. That it should not be like mismatching, right? You said like interviewer said you have written something about your hobbies, can you say me about your hobbies? Then you should be remember, okay, what is that I have written my hobbies, right? You will be confusing state. So when you have a resume next to you, the hard copy of a resume, particularly what I'm trying to stress is you need to have your hard copy of a resume with you, right? So that instantly, very confidently, right, very truthfully you can answer, so that there is a integrity, there is a transparency, right? What is there in the resume, what you're written and what you're speaking is right. It is something like wearing and bearing. There are cross. That is, you are very clear about your thoughts, your actions. Fine. So then apart from this, carrying in a hard resume along with you when you come for an interview, always ensure that when you come for an interview, you should always carry one scribbling pad with a pen and the pencil, or a pen, pencil, or a scribbling pad. Because when an interview is saying to you, right? Suppose the interviewer say that the GD topic given to you is impact of demonetization in Indian economy, right? So sometimes what happens, you may not listen completely, or it is very difficult to catch, right? What you have to do, immediately you have to write down what topic is being given to you, right? So that when it comes to you, or when it comes to GD also, right, you may not be the first mover, or you are the first mover. The interviewer says that I'll give 1 minute of time for you to capture all the facts, and after 1 minute you need to perform. Then you cannot say rush around in your room and get pen, paper, scribbling pad. No, right? So you have to be carry one scribbling pad, pen and paper with you when the GD starts, right? What topic is being given, who has said what content, the main fact, right? Suppose one of our friend has been said, okay, demonetization has really helped banking, right? So then you say, my ex-friend has been said like demonetization has a impact on banking. I would also acknowledge to my friend that yes, even I can find that it has really, the banking sector is more profitable, and the rest of the other sectors, like even the other sectors, partially it was beneficial, right? So you need to note down who is saying what. It's not just listening, even you need to note down some facts when your turn comes. When your turn comes for speaking, you need to accumulate all the facts what other people has been said, and add up your thoughts, right, and present. That shows that you are listening. That shows that the interviewer will observe your listening skills also, that it is not that you are in your own world, right? So you are trying to listen what others are trying to say, and also trying to connect what others are being saying, right? So that is the reason, always try to carry a what you say, scribbling pad and a pen and a paper always when you come for an online interview. That is very must, right? So coming to the other things, strategy, what I feel is always try to go with the landscape mode of your mobile when you go for on your camera, because just look at the difference there. Like when you keep portrayal mode and with the landscape mode, the more visibility, the visibility of you is more presentable in the landscape, right, rather than in a portable mode, right? So that's the reason always I prefer, like it is better to go with the landscape, because portable you go like you need to have little distance, like so your picture, your background, it looks distance, that looks very distant. When it comes to the landscape, it looks very closure, right? It looks more what you say, real, and it would be not be like the distance. There is a lot of distance, there is a distance between the interviewer and the participant, fine. So it is suggestion to go with a landscape or your mobile when you go for interview. Then the other important thing is greeting, right? So when you say greeting, so you need to be very professional. You don't have to use a very fancy words, hi, right? So you need to professionally greet, hello sir, good morning, good afternoon, right? And leaving the interview, thank you sir, right? Even you complete your interview, GD part you complete, giving a thank you. And you should not be the first mover. As I said, when you join an interview, sorry, you log into the interview 10 minutes or 5 minutes before, right? When the interviewer is already joined, you should not unmute and say, hi sir, hello, I am so and so. No, that shows a what you say misbehavior, right? So until and unless the interviewers give a scope for non-verbal way, right? Then you need to use a non-verbal, right? So when interviewer is using only verbal communication in terms of greeting to you, hello student, you need to also use a verbal communication of greeting, right? When an interviewer gives a non-verbal communication of showing the hand and saying hello to everyone, then you need to respect to the greeting and say the same thing, hello to the sir, madam, right? Whatsoever the interviewer is, hello ma'am, hello sir, with a greeting way by shaking your hand, right? Until and until the interview, do not shake the hand and greet you. You do not have to show a non-verbal communication of greeting, right? If the interviewer shows a verbal way of greeting, then you need to greet in return back with a verbal only, right? Not with a combination of verbal and non-verbal. Okay, that is where. If you look at how decently that you are giving a non-verbal communication of greeting. Fine. So we are right. We are on the slide number 17 here. No distraction. Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. Okay. Now coming to the tip number 15, right? When you come for an interview, when you go on your camera, right? So do not be very stressful face, right? So do not be stressed, right? Be friendly, be comfortable, have very flexible. Flexible is sit in a very friendly place. That is the reason the location what you select, it should be friendly. If somebody is moving around to you, right? Somebody is peeping to you, somebody is watching to you when you're giving an interview, naturally you may not be so comfortable, you will not be so confident, right? So you need to be like very natural. When you give an interview, you should be very natural. You should not be stressed, right? You should not be very fear. You should not be very hurry, right? So you need to be smiling. It's not like smiling, you always show your full teeth, right? So very decent smile that you need to give it, right? So it shows a very reflection, positive reflection to the interviewer, right? So having a very decent smile on your face when you answer it, even you know the answer, even you don't know the answer, right? Very smilingly you say, ma'am, sir, I don't know, I will come back, I will get prepared and come back to the answer, right? You need to have a very decent, acceptable smile, always confident on your face, whether you know something or even you don't know about the subject, not to get tense. Very confident, very confidently say, I am not prepared for this topic for the interview, or just give me a time, that I will come prepare, right? With what confidence that you speak, that reflects on your face. And you should be effortless. When I say natural, you should be very natural, right? When you say tell me about yourself, you should not be like you are memorizing, right? So when you memorize, naturally your face expressions keep changing. Fine. So always you look at the top back, you close your eyes and answer it. That shows that you are being memorized, right? So when you speak very effortlessly, when you speak very naturally, you will not close your eyes and recalculate what is that you have been put in your mind, right? So you don't have to memorize the things. That is the reason we say you should be effortless. You should be very natural when you answer any question to the interviewer in a personal interview. Okay. Then other important thing is facing the camera, right? So can you say, okay, it is very clear. It has been listening, right? So do you find the difference between the two pictures here? Do you find any difference between the two pictures here?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference? The first picture is, right? In the first picture, are you looking to the camera or are you looking to the screen? In the first picture, picture 1 and picture 2, right? In picture 1, are you looking to the camera or are you looking to the screen?
Screen.
Right. When you're looking to the screen, are you looking to the eye to eye of an interviewer? Are you looking some other part of the screen? Yes. Are you looking into the eye to eye of an interviewer? Are you looking some part of the screen?
Looking to interviewer, sir.
Yes, that is looking into the eye to eye. What I say is eye to eye contact. When you come for personal interview, right, you cannot have the eye rotating at the background of the interviewer, right? So you need to have an eye to eye with the interviewer and talk. Here also in an online, right? So you need to have an eye to eye. How can you ensure that you are having eye to eye? Look at the picture 1. In picture 1, you are looking a screen. In a screen, the interviewer is talking to you. Look at into the eye to eye of the interviewer into the screen, right? That shows the reflection that you are looking into the eye to eye of an interviewer and you're completely listening to the interviewer, right? You're not get distracted, you're focused. When you are speaking, right? When you're speaking, you don't have to look at your own face. Majority of the students, what they do is when they are speaking, they look at their camera, right? When they look at their camera is at bottom, they look at how I am looking and speak it. That should not be the attitude, right? You have to look at the straight away to the camera. Where is the camera in your phone, right? So you have to look at the black camera, right? You have to look at the black camera on your laptop or a black camera on your mobile only. Do not look at the other sides. Do not look at the other part of the screen, or do not look at your own picture, right? How I am looking, how I'm speaking, which is there at the bottom of the right side, right? Do not look at that. Look at to the camera straight away. Look at to the camera and speak, right? That is, if you look at to the camera and speak, then it shows that the other side, it looks like the interviewer. You're looking to the interviewer and speaking, right? That is where the difference that you come, right? As the first slide, I was saying that there is a difference in the virtual meeting. This is a difference, majorly it's such difference that you come across. Okay, can we move next now? Right. The other important thing is when you give for an interview or come for an online interview, do not shake too much, right? Moving around, rotating yourself, left side, right side, left side, right side, blow down, blowing front, back, right? Stiff. You need to require your body to be very, very stiff, right? Stiffness, your body shows the confidence level, right? How confidently you are speaking. Even you're holding a mobile, right? Stand stiff, right? Sit stiffly, right? Do not move at the either side. Moving at either side, what happens in the camera when the interviewer finds there is a lot of distractions, right? So there is a lot of distraction and possibly the interviewer will lose interest on you, right? So it will distract the minds of an interviewer and lose interest on you, and possibly he may get a wrong opinion on you, right? That's the reason. Be stiff, have a stiffness in your body. Do not move at the either sides. Okay. Then sound quality is also very, very important, right? When you speak, right? When I said about like headphone, you need to have a quality of headphone so that there is no distraction in the sound. Apart from that, when you speak, right, do not speak very loudly, right? Somebody speak very loudly. You think that if I speak very loudly, it will reach to you. No, my dear, right? So speaking loud will not reach the voice to you, right? So you need to have very, what do you say, slow, not too slow, not too fast, right? So that is where you need to do some rehearsal and try to have a speed, what do you say, control over the speed, right? So have a very softly, right? No very harshly speaking, very fastly speaking, right? Neither too slow speaking, right? You need to know your pitch, right? So you need to speak very softly, right? That interviewer should feel the warmness. It should be felt in your sound. Okay, that is not in your voice. Fine, that is a very important thing. Then the other thing is when you come for interview, do not have eatable things. Do not carry eatable things, like keep eating and attending the interview. It's a very, very bad behavior, right? What is that? You can have a sip of water, right? So you can keep a water bottle with you, that is acceptable, right? But not eatables with you, right? The next important thing that we are going to discuss here is always when you come for an interview, prepare some probable list of question and answer, right? Because when you go now, because of internet, right? So there are a lot of stuff is available over internet, right? So you all know that the first question which always company asks to you is, tell me about yourself, right? So you need to be prepared, right? These are the probable questions. What are the probable questions? Go and search. What is the probable question for sales? What are the probable question for marketing? What is the probable question for TCS? What is the probable question of ITC, right? So you go and search in Google. Lot of stuff is available to you, and prepare. Preparedness is required. I said like preparedness is required. When you come performing, it should be very natural, right? It should not be memorizing the things. You need to have like mental mapping. When I say mental mapping, you need to clear one picture. When I start telling about myself, right, I start with myself, with my education background, or you go from top down or bottom up approach, right? When you say when you have been born, like place of location, the nearby city, likes, dislike. So you need to have a mental mapping, right? The sequence that you need to remember. What is the content you should not remember? You have to remember your sequence, right? So that memory should be there in your mind. Okay, after this, after this. Okay, manageable, right? So you need to prepare the answer. These are the probable questions which will be commonly asked. So what could be the possible answer? This is a very common question. Tell me about yourself. You need to practice, right? What should I say about this question, right? So you need to prepare with an interview so that you don't find surprises there, right? When you come with preparedness, that actually leads to confidence and effortlessly participating in the interview. The second important probable question that they will ask is, where do you see in your 10 years time, right? So that is where it talks about your growth, right? So how you see your growth in the, how you would like to see your growth into the company, right? After 10 years, what is your vision, right? You need to have very realistic vision, right? So then tell me about your strength and weaknesses. Any company will ask your strength and weaknesses, and always see that the strength and weaknesses, the strength should be always match with the company's role, the role and responsibility. The weaknesses always, it should be like a minimizable, which should be acceptable, right? It should not be anything. When I say I don't know Excel, when you're going for a finance job, right? Now BNY Financial Mellon company has been coming, and you say that I don't know Excel, I hate computers, right? So then naturally, okay, fine, good, right? Have a good luck, they say, because the profile says that you need to have a Excel skills, and you say that you hate Excel, or my weakness is that I don't know Excel, right? So that cannot be given the answer. So when you give the answers to the strength and weaknesses, weaknesses should be negligible to the company, strength should match to the roles, right? When I say strength, I am good at computer operating, right? I have done my MS Office, right? I love typing, right? I love browsing, right? These are, I love trying to design some financial modeling, right? This is where you need to try to impress to the interviewer when you talk about like strengths, fine. Who are your role model? You cannot say that my Chiranjeevi is my role model, right? Who is that other new emerging heroes, right? You cannot take the name of the heroes, right? Because their contribution to the society at large, right, may not be so acceptable. You need to have your role model who is really inspiration, and who is really a motivation, right? When I say my role model is Sachin Tendulkar, my role model is Virat Kohli, that shows that there's sacrifice to reach the goal, right? That shows a commitment to that profession, right? So that is where it has been required. You cannot try to talk about something very fancy things, right? Which are not so widely recognized in terms of commitment, in terms of achievers, right? So you need to have a role model who is really put hard efforts to reach the position, who has really committed to the profession, and large people follow them, right? Large people know about that, large people follow them. That should be your role model. And you know something about the role model currently, and about something their achievements, right? Are you a leader or a follower? Basically, if you are a team leader, right, so basically they look at if you are a leader or a follower. If you are a newcomer, basically they expect to be a follower. If you are looking for a leading the team, then expect to be a leader. So they try to assess the skills that you are like, whether you are a good team leader, you can become a good leadership skills you have. When you say if you are a good leader, what are the leadership skills that you have? All these are going to be assessed there, right? So non-probable questions are something which you're not prepared. As I said, when you're not prepared, do not get panic. Very confidently say that, okay, I don't know about this question, sorry, please excuse me, right? I'll come back and prepare for this. Sorry, I'm not updated with the knowledge. So you need to acknowledge that you're not prepared for this question. Rather saying something wrong facts, right? That will show to the interviewer, okay, this person is a bluff, right? So for a non-probable questions, be confident and answer that you are not prepared for this. Definitely you will prepare and come back. That is where your answer should be, right? So coming to the group discussion, right? So when it comes to that, this is about like personal interview. Coming to the online group discussion, this is very common now, right? Recently also you had one of the online group discussion, right? So what is that they try to look at in the group discussion, right? So group discussion is different from the debate. In debate, what happens, they try to look at your what you say, the negotiation part, right? So it's more of like a conflict, right? So in terms of rightness and wrongness debate, when I say group discussion is more about like healthy, they try to measure about your listening skills. As I said, the few things that they look at in terms of group discussion is your communication skills, right? So what is your communication skill, your presentation skill, your language skills, right? How presenting you are, right? So they'll try in terms of your body language, right? So they try to look at your communication skills in the group discussion, right? Then flexible in accepting others' participation views, right? They try to measure whether you are very arrogant, all right, behavior you have, or you are very participative person, right? Where you can take everybody into the confidence and see that everybody taking the people, everybody into confidence and reach the goal, right? Your behavior, they try to measure you are very rigid or you are very flexible, right? So also they try to measure that knowledge about the content that they have been given to you, right? So how well, how depth you have in knowledge about the topic, and listening skills. Most importantly, as I said, listening skills, right? In a GD, if you are a second or a third participant, always you will connect with the first participant. If you are a third participant, you will connect with the first and second participant, right? So to connect with the first and second participant and talk about your content, you need to listen what the first person has been said, what the second person has been said, and getting connected to the interview topic, right? So when you said the topic is something and you talk something, the first person has spoke something and you're speaking something else, that shows that you're not listening. Or the interviewer will try to see, are you listening to the first person with the eye to eye, or you are trying to do something else, not listening. That shows the misconduct, right? So these are the four what you say, that things that they try to look at. One is a communication, right? Your behavior in terms of rigid or flexible, your level of knowledge, and your listening skills. These are four important things that they very minutely they try to look at in the online group discussion, right? So what kind of a topics that they give? Then majorly what we come across, there are the four types of topics. One is a general topic with respect to the economy currently and the current issues. Let's it be like pandemic, it can be the demonetization, right? Any political issues, any social cultural issues, right? So very general topics that they will be giving to you, where you have certain general knowledge. With whatever the general knowledge we have, you are trying to connect to the people that are trying to connect with the facts, right, and speak. So majorly they try to look at your general knowledge there. Controversial topics will also be given. As I said, like controversial topics would be given particularly in the debates, but even in the GD they will give the controversial topics to test your patience, right, to test your emotional skills, whether you will lose your emotion and try to go against to the team, try to speak against to the any of the team members there, right? So controversial topics are being given to measure your emotional skills, right? So your patient, to check your patience level, such topics would be given, right? So then some abstract thing would be given. As I said, abstract is basically non-probable questions, right? So basically you may not think when they say abstract thing, right? The GD topic is Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, right? So what is that you will talk? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, right? So it is a very abstract, but you need to speak it, right? Humpty Dumpty is Humpty and Dumpty are the two friends, like, so you need to talk something abstract even though you don't have any knowledge on this, right? So which you tries to build, you try to build some environment and you try to build some healthy discussion there, right? Abstracts are basically non-familiar topics, right, where you don't find a lot of knowledge there, but they try to look at in terms of other aspects like communication skill and other skills there. right? So recent one of the interview which comes college Deco, they had a case study based interview, right? The few students who has attended the interview, they said like the GD method would be the case study, right? So what exactly the case study? The case study is nothing but a situation. They will give a situation and you need to talk on the situation, right? One such example here is like a company fired an employee. As a result, the other employees went on a strike. The question is, why do you think the company fired the employee? How to stop the strike? This is a situation like case study based interview which was being held in the college Deco, which was a situational based interview. Here you need to talk what might be the reason, what will be the causes for the strike, how as a HR manager, how as a finance manager, how as a marketing manager, how as a general manager that you will tackle a problem, right? Suppose you are facing for a HR interview, they will ask you as a HR manager how you will tackle the problem, right? How do you identify the cause for this issue, right? So such situational interviews are being given to you, right? Topics are being given to you and try to give your opinion. They'll try to look at how you will solve this uh, case and come out with a flexible or viable solution. Fine. So these are the talk in common about the 4 topics that you come across in the GD, right? Then, in simple, what is that you can talk, right? Suppose the interviewer says that this is the topic for your discussion and start the discussion, right? So you may given a 1 minute of time to talk upon. Simple thing I just say to you, what is that you can talk about like general GD topic, right? The interviewer say that the topic which is being given to you is what was demonetization a successful move, right? Then you need to introduce myself so and so, right? In my opinion, I can say that I still remember watching Narendra Modi speech on 8th of November, right, on a TV when he had announced that 500 rupees and 1000 rupees notes will no longer be valid. I had immediately called my parents, right? It is like of a more general and abstract thing, right? So where you cannot have a lot of stuff, but you need to build the discussion here by trying to connect some facts which are from your real life, right? That is basically, I can say that it is a mix of general and the abstract topic here. Fine. That is where you need to talk. What is that they look at is the confidence and your communication skill. You cannot say that I don't know the topic and quit, right? You have to speak because they are going to listen to you. They're trying to measure the various skill sets. Fine. So some of the keywords what I suggest to you here all is when you use a GD, you have to use these very common terms, right? So what are the common terms that you can use here is to start with interview, right? So you can say, excuse me, may I have your attention please? My name is so and so, and I would like to say this about the demonetization. The RBI has taken, the Narendra Modi has been taken a decision, right? So this is how you need to address, right? When you interview starts, right? You cannot directly start your view. You need to take everybody into the opinion. Excuse me, may I have your alternate attention, please, right? So this is the initial start phrases, the words, the power pack words that you need to use, right? Good morning, friend. If not, you can start with good morning, friends, right? So keep in mind, you're presenting to the friends, not to the interviewer. Interviewer job is only they will introduce the topic and keep away. When you present, when you talk, you should look at whether it is real or online into the eye to eye of the other participant, not to the interviewer. When you are speaking, you should not say, hello ma'am, I would like to start with the discussion. No, interviewer, you are not giving a GD, you are not discussing with the interviewer, you are discussing with the other participant. That is the reason we are using these phrases. Good morning, friends, right? You are not including the interviewer here, right? You are not talking, you are not answering to the interviewer, you are discussing with your friends, the co-partners who are there into the interview, right? That is the reason. Excuse me, friends, may I have your all attention here, right? These are the words to be used, right? I fully agree with you when you say you are the second person or the third person, right? When you get a chance to speak second person, you need to say, I fully agree with you for the first person who has been spoke, right? So what you say, I fully agree with you, or I agree with your statement, what you said, like demonetization has really affected, right? So I like what to say, right? I like what to say is like something you also saying that you're adding with your positive feeling, right? And I too feel the same, right? There is no negativity. Look at in all the words on a phrase, there is no negativity. Everything is positive, right? Sensible words which are connecting, which are making healthy discussion, right? That is where you need to keep in mind. That is one important thing is you are not discussing with interviewer, you are discussing with your friends, right? You're discussing with the other members in the GD, right? Do not look at to the interviewer and speak. Look at to the other members into the GD and speak them. Have a eye contact with other people, right? If there is a 8 people, right, gradually in a cyclical order, try to have a eye contact with all the people, right? Do not stick to only one person and speak, fine? So then it comes to disagree with the decision. When you say disagree, this is more of negativity. As I said, like in GD, there is no negativity, but when you disagree, you need to present more sensible and polite way that you need to present, right? So you need to say polite and firm. I beg to differ with you, right? I partially agree with your statement, right? I sorry to say that I don't fully agree, right? That is what the healthy way of giving the arguments, right? So it should not be I completely disagree with you. You cannot say. You need to present your disagreement in this way if you are not accepting the first sentence or the discussion which is being said by the other person, right? So when you say if you are not disagreeing or you're not agreeing, you can add up, right? So basically in the group discussion, what is it? In addition, right? In addition to the discussion with my friend, I would like to add up few things that, right? That you can say. I want to give few more words, right? I also feel like that what my friend has been said. So these are very, very common or very powerful words which are to be used in a GD. Never use a direct disagreement statements, right? Conflict or negative words which is completely against, right? So you have to present in a more polite and sensible way. Okay, right? The other important thing is if you have any issues like you have there is a possibility that you are being giving an interview from a location where there is a heavy rainfall and there is a high possibility that there will be a network issue, right? So then what is that you need to do is you need to report to your placement officer, right, before stating that, so sir, I am into such fixed with the location, there is a possibility that there is a rainfall, there is a possibility that there is a power off from the last 10 hours, possibly my battery get drained up when I face an interview, right? If such issues are there, you need to, before only you have to put this word to the placement officer. If when you give an interview in between your mobile gets distracted, there is a sound distraction, then the placement officer will get update before only, madam, sir, this is some interview, this is a student who is facing, kindly consider the request. Then interviewer will definitely look at your consideration and give a second chance to you. It's not like after interview happens you cannot give the reason. This is absolutely escapism. When you are interview over, later you give the reason, it is a escape behavior. It should not be. You should always be well prepared, and before if you have any such events occurrence which is unfavorable, you have to update to your placement officer, right, or to the interviewer before if there is a scope, right? So what is that overall thing when it comes to online interview here is, right, when you ensure all the points what we have been done, right, what we have been said, right, that shows that the way the smoothly the interview you perform, that shows that you have done your planning very well and you are prepared, right? You are very prepared to the to take up the challenge of the company, right? So company always look at two things: how well you are prepared for the interview to come, how well you are been prepared to the interview, right? Your planning and preparedness will lead to the what you say, creating positive impression among the interviewer, and interviewer will definitely will observe to you and give a chance to you into the company, right? So it's all about like planning and preparedness. If you consider these two things, planning and preparedness, definitely the interview will recruit you and give a chance to work within a company. Okay. So with this, I will end up my discussion, right? So before I end up, I just show you one small video about like online interview, how exact online GD, how it is carries, right? So after we have a question and answer discussion, right? So then we will close it. Okay. Just a minute.
So, main is going to be is the investment in space exploration a waste of resources for a country like India?
Uh, may I have your attention, please? So, as per the topic, that resources, space exploration, a waste of resources for developing country like India. So, first of all, I would like to intro this topic that balancing, I think balancing economical revival and protection the people from the revival of economy, and we can say that is a one of best way to revive the economy level during this crisis. So we can say it has one of the pros and one of the cons, like if doesn't have any space exploration in India, mostly it is very less. So we can say for the resources management. So I think it is very in this thing we are just lack with this place. So I need to. I would like to invite all the participants to share the views on this topic and make this GD a success.
I don't think the space exploration is a waste of economy in India, because the space exploration is I can't say it's necessary, but it's an important part of to connect with the world and technology. As I can see, there is a point I'm mentioning that satellite is very important, so that so to collect the information from the space and other planets. So these informations are necessary for today's scenario, and we can increase the security level by using the satellites like terrorist activities and other any other and all in nowadays most of the disasters are being predicted by disaster or any activities in the sea side can be predicted by the satellites. So space exploration is necessary.
I totally agree with my friend. So I too think that genius brains should be given some chance for space exploration and all. Like we have seen the movies also. They also, in a way.
Okay. Now we'll come back. Just a short video to you all to show like how exactly the GDs goes on, right? So before I wind up the discussion, right, I would like you to ask you all like what was the more interesting thing that in the today's presentation, right? What you learn today, whether which was a more interesting thing to you all, whether it was really what you say worthful the content was, what you really learn from this. Okay, I just give you 2 minutes of time to speak to you, and then we can wind up the session. Okay, can anyone unmute and say me what is the learning thing that you have today? Yes, quickly, what did you learn? What did you learn today? Whether my voice at least audible to you all here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at least give me some opinion about your learning for the session. For 1.5 hours, almost we had a session here. Whether it was really worthful or which was very interesting thing.
Sir, we learned how to present ourselves in an interview.
Okay.
Even what are the topics they give in group discussions.
Fine.
How we should maintain our body language while giving a interview.
Okay, great.
Even the background, everything, how we should maintain.
Right, right.
What is the audio quality, video quality? We should maintain everything.
Okay.
And so,
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shiraj. Next, anybody else would like to give your input? What was the most interesting thing that you have learned here? Yes, quickly, as I said, like don't waste the time. Your time and my time is both is very precious. Quickly say me, what is that you learn? Any other learning skills?
We came to know about what are the prerequisites of an online interview, sir. Lighting,
Okay,
background, how we need to be dressed.
Okay. So the last video what I played, it was audible to you all?
Yes, sir, it was audible.
Okay. You can find which is more impressive, the first person, second person, or third person. Which is more impressive there? Which was more impressive presentation in the GD?
Second person.
Second and third person, the girl, lady, the third was being come, right? So you can look at how impressive she was connecting, right? The confidence which she was saying. Second was better, right? Second and third was better. With first, you can find a lot of distraction, right? So there is a lot of distraction in the thoughts in the camera, right? So that all leads to distraction. The second person was very stiff, stiff in the body language. The third lady, the third participant was very confident in her face, right? The second participant was not so confident. It was not so effortless, it was visible. But the third person, right, it was very confident and it was very effortless. She was talking and trying to connect, right? As my friend said, right? I would like to also connect, right? So that is where you need to build it, right? So this is what I felt like trying to give you the inputs, right? So hope that all be inculcate, because coming days it is going to be the common thing. You cannot expect offline interviews coming. It's only the online interviews where you're supposed to face the online GD, online personal interviews only you're supposed to face, which is going to be the 100% interview process, right? So these inputs, I feel like it would be very useful to you all, right? Hope it will add value to you and you will get the best job opportunity, right? With this small note, I will end my presentation here, and thank you for your seriousness that you have been there with me for last 1.5 hours and listening, right? Thank you one and all. Fine.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You, sir.